Who's the daddy? Easy guys, Dom here from Cringy Dad Gaming. So in this video I'm going to discuss some of my struggles trying to get past floor 34. Now, I did find at these high levels the game started becoming a little bit of a money trap. Now by that what I mean is the game wants you really to spend money on death metals that you buy from the PlayStation Store in order to progress. Now without me sounding too negative, because I understand that the producers of the game have to make their money, I'm just going to try and give you a few tips that hopefully would save you some death metals. So if you have bought some, you're not going to just find, like me, you ended up wasting a shed of them only to then still not be able to get past floor 34. Now I've got to kind of reevaluate my strategy now to get past floor 34 without having to spend any more money on this game, because I've invested a little bit of money in it, about the same amount of money as you would probably spend on buying a game from a shop, but I'm not willing to put much more in now at this point. I feel like the game is kind of putting me into that position where it's forcing me to. But as you can see here on the map, in order for me to get through to floor 34, I've got to go through floor 32, floor 33 and then floor 34. Now one thing you guys need to be aware of at this point is there is a boss on floor 32 and 34. So for me to be able to get past floor 34, I've got to kill two bosses plus go through a floor in the middle. Now these bosses aren't easy at all, especially if you've not leveled up your kit. Now I thought my kit was leveled up quite far, to be honest with you, yet I was still insta-dying on some of these bosses. Now the boss on floor 32 is called U10, and this is kind of like a weird thing that floats around in the air. Now its weakness is its tail, so there's one little tip that I'll give you there with that, but I would try and find some invincibility shrooms that you will find on these higher floors and try and save them up. They will help reduce your deaths a little bit. But because your gear degrades so quickly and you can only carry so much, I did find by the time I got to floor 34 that a lot of my stuff was degraded and I didn't have much stuff left. So then when I then approached Cohen on floor 34, the guy was pretty much invincible for me. I mean, I was hitting him with a pork chopper that was like over damage 300 and something with a poison ability on it, and it was still doing like a tiniest amount of damage on him. It was just ridiculous, and it got so frustrating, the fact that I had to put the game down over Christmas and kind of rest it. But you know, I just thought, you know what, I'm going to give you guys some tips, because I know there's still people out there that are going to be trying to grind. I mean, I am still going to try and get past floor 34. Now one of the main reasons I want to try and get past floor 34 is because you then unlock your tier 5 fighters, which will go up past level 100, and that's going to obviously make it easier to try and get to the end of the game. There is 40 floors in the game before you reach the final boss, I believe. Obviously not getting past floor 34 myself yet, I'm not 100% sure, but I think that sounds about right from what I've heard. But you know, using the collector is what I thought I would do to try and be able to carry more stuff with me, but then the only downfall to that would be that I can't actually get enough strength to be able to kill these bosses quick enough. So using a striker may give you more damage from your weapon, but again, you can't carry much stuff. So trying to use the perk from the Mushroom Club that reduces the degradation of your gear would really help extend its life. Another tip that I would say for you guys to try and do before going up to these high levels is really try and level up those weapons and armor as much as you can. Now I know some of this, like black wolf metal or candle, whatever it is, can be hard to find, but you do find on some of those higher levels, especially like on the carnival levels, you will actually find that you'll come occasionally across a dead end. But those dead ends have these little silver cases in them, and obviously when you open them, the shutters come down, you get some quite difficult enemies coming in on you, but that will allow you, if you find them, to hopefully be able to get some of those black metals that you're going to need. Looking at the map, obviously there's still quite a few areas that I haven't gone through yet, and they could also, you know, give you some extra materials when you're trying to level up these things. So one thing I'm going to be doing now is trying to explore some of these greyed out areas you can see on the map, but it is a little bit cheeky really of, you know, the developers of this game, how they don't allow you to actually go through to floor 34 from the lift without having to go through 32 and 33, because what it means is I've got to try and kill obviously 2 bosses without going back to the waiting area, which means I can't refill any of my gear, renew any of my weapons, and that really is quite a clever strategy from them, really. I kind of guess that's what they're doing there. They want you to keep putting some money into the game, which is fair enough. There's got to be a clever way around it, but you know, hopefully these few little tips are going to help you guys prepare, so you, like me, you don't get caught in that loop of frustration and keep dying. You know, because I know there's people out there, I've seen videos up on YouTube where these guys have got past these floors and killed these bosses, but when you hear about how much money they've actually put in the game, I don't know about you guys, but I ain't made of money. I ain't got money to be putting into the game like that to be able to get past these levels. Okay, so cool, these guys have got some money and they want to spend it on the game. They spend their money how they want, but for me, I can't, and I'm sure there's other people out there like me that can't be spending this sort of money on the game. I still want to get to these higher points. So you know, it's all about the planning and preparation at this point. You know what they say, planning and preparation prevents piss poor performance. So that really is the case in this, and you know, just take a few little tips from that, guys. Hopefully you guys will succeed, and please do, you know, let me know in the comments if you are struggling with the same thing, or if you know you've managed to get past it, what's helped you. Obviously I mentioned one thing, they're using the invincibility shrooms. I know you can use things like the cloak shroom that makes you invisible, and obviously the one that slows down time, the slow mungus or whatever it's called, which again can really help. But like I said, with you know, the level 32 boss, the U10, that wasn't so difficult. With obviously its tail being its weakness, it was actually Cohen for me, because you know, I think I went through 3 weapons trying to kill him, and they all degraded and broke, and I ended up getting like half of his health down. I'd used 20 death tokens at that point, and there was no way at that point, with no armor left, no weapons, that I was going to spend more money on the game to try and actually, you know, kill him, because I wouldn't have done that with just my fists. Just coming up in the video now here, you can actually see this is the level 32 boss, which is U10. I'm just going to leave the video just to play, to give you a quick look at you know, the U10 boss if you've not seen it yet. Please do give me a thumbs up if you've taken any helpful tips from this video, and also make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already to help it grow. Really is appreciated, guys, and just watch this space for more videos. Thanks for watching. Who's the daddy?